Hello friends, today we're doing a lift on an addition that's attached to a house. Now this addition is roughly 12 feet by 12 feet. Customer called me and said, Dan, it ends up raising and lowering over the winter months, basically frost, and then the thaw ends up moving the addition, therefore telling me that the footings originally were not put down deep enough. So that's what I'm gonna be repairing for this customer. The measurements on the house are what I'm gonna be taking next, seeing how far it's lowered or basically pulled away from the house, because I noticed when I did the bid here, it's tight against the house, and here there's about 1.5 to 2 inch gap. That means it is pulling away from the house during the summer, and then it will try to close that gap in the winter. We're gonna get that repaired. Let's get to it. So friends, I know that the bottom is pretty much tight. It has a little bit of a gap down there, but that's just because the paint is peeled away, so it's 1/8 of an inch or whatever. And up on top, it is about 1.75 inches. So we need to lift the end of the addition high enough so that that gap ends up being closed. And one of the tricks is going to be making sure that that channel in there is clear of like nails, sheathing, anything in there that would inhibit the addition being pushed back into the house before we secure it with a new header and new footings. So I'm going to be doing that next. So friends, one tip, whenever you are dealing with insulation, I don't care if it's the pink insulation, the yellow insulation, cellulose, vermiculite, any of that stuff, always, always, always wear a mask. Protect your lungs. Those little particles get in there and it's literally shaves of glass that are going into your lungs, and how your lungs get rid of that. And people that don't wear these masks when they do this work, I don't know how they do it. I have tried it and basically ended up coughing instantly, and that's no fun. So always wear one of these masks. Pro tip. Okay friends, those nails are cut off. I did not want to have anything that's inhibiting the structure from going back into the house, so I didn't want to have any of the nails that they had originally put in to kind of press against and not go in the original holes. And so that's what I did, cut those out. Now, up above, you can't really maybe see it, but that roof line is the furthest away from the house of all of the addition, and for obvious reasons. That's the top point where it's pulling away, and it's roughly 2.5 inches up there. So with a clear shot, all the flashing is still up there that's attaching it to the original house, and all that flashing I'll be able to push back just fine. It won't give me any problems. So now I'm gonna go back on the outside and get some plastic down so I can lay on there and start jagging this puppy up. Let's do it. All right, so here we are, friends. The jacks are set up under strategic points underneath this header. Got one there and there. They're about 1 foot to 2 feet in from the edges, and they are both 12-ton jacks. So 24 tons, 48,000 pounds, should have enough lifting power. What I like to do is go just a little bit, a couple pumps on each side, listen to creaks and groans that the building is gonna do, and they almost always start creaking and popping a little bit, and you don't wanna go too fast and start breaking things. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's hit it. So it's going really good. Building's up about 2 inches from where it was off the footings on both sides. And I can measure that by, how can we see here? Where is it? That footing right there, you can see the amount that it's coming off of the support, the old supports. So that's pretty awesome.
Also, I'm looking at the back of the building, making sure it's connected well at the ledger board, because the last thing you want is for it to start moving up and it gets pinched and it starts pulling away on the bottom. You don't want to have that happen. This one, they put the ledger board on with really big lag bolts. So that's awesome. It's attached really well to the house on the bottom. So we're just gonna keep going. Let's do it.
And friends, that's a wrap. This addition is jacked up, leveled off, and put back into place. The next step is gonna be these helical piers, one right here, and then this one over here. We're gonna be cutting them off level, putting a cap on top of that so that it can accept the header. So there's gonna be a header being put across the bottom of this, a new one, and we're gonna be supporting that structure. So this puppy's cantilever back into place. It's where I want it to be. I'd say that's a great day. So I hope you guys are having a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.